One thing to be aware of is if you buy a deed with an IRS lien, just expect about 120 days before you can go ahead and flip that property. Now, if it's like a small lot or something worth a couple grand and the IRS lien is like a couple $1,000, odds are they're not going to come back, and after 120 days, it'll be party town, party central, and you're going to be in good shape in that regard. So yeah, ultimately at the end of the day, the IRS lien isn't the biggest of deals, and it is kind of something that scares off a lot of folks, okay? And that's a good thing, because remember, the more people who get scared away from this business, it means the more opportunity for yourself to be able to use tax liens and deeds as a wonderful tool and an alternative way to make money in real estate. And this is really one of the best times in history to be in this business. You have a lack of inventory in real estate. You have what's happening now is mortgage rates going up. So what's happening here is people are going to probably start defaulting, and that's going to mean more unpaid taxes, which means more property. So there's also the demand for real estate. So this is a great backdoor to be able to scoop up properties. And remember, when it comes to getting, say, a tax lien or deed property, one of the questions is, well, why wouldn't they just sell the property? Most people will. Most people will sell it and get out of that situation. But remember, whether or not it goes to sale or you're scooping it up pre-auction, a lot of the times these are folks who, the property needs fixing up. They don't want to list it with a realtor because it needs work. And that's where you come in, especially pre-auction. And you can get the property pre-auction, 40, 50, 60% below market value sometimes. You can wholesale it, because remember, you're dealing with a homeowner who has a tough situation. And a lot of the times with the mental burden, they're not going to do anything anyway, and they'll just let it go to sale. So that's where you can come in. You can help them out. You can get them a little bit of cash to move on, make a new start. And it's a win-win for everybody involved. Like, you're not a vulture just, stealing people's property, showing up, kicking in the door, kicking them out. Like, that's not how it works. We always try to help people and leave them in a better state. For example, if we get a deed, and most of the time the deeds are vacant, but if the homeowner's in there, we'll tell them, hey, the property, we bought this thing, opening bid was 5, we bought it for 20. You have $15,000 owed as an overage. Go collect it. I'm not going to try to be like an overage vulture and then be shady and say, hey, you're owed money. I'm not going to tell you where it is. Sign this paper. Let me go get it and give you some of it. I don't do that. So IRS liens, not the biggest deal in the world.